know I guess the pros and the cons of what it takes to be a top-notch player. I guess I know you're only on youth, but youth is still a well-known team. They got some great caliber players. Um, explain explain to me and the rest of the community what exactly is the purpose for Curse Youth for some of these people who are new to gaming or doesn't really completely understand the whole Curse Youth thing. Even for me, because I really don't understand the full concept of the Curse Youth. What are they doing? Are they getting you guys ready for an actual Curse team when y'all get old enough to do your own thing, or what is Curse Youth about?
Well, basically, we are a team just like Curse NY and Curse LV. They wanted to pick us up because they know that there's a lot of young talent and they can abuse that. They can abuse that we are young and kind of market the fact that we're young and we're a top team. I mean, we're top 6 in pro points. I would say we're a top 5 team. We've beaten every single team out there. The only, we have not lost. I mean, we've lost every team and we beat them as well. So I wouldn't say we are out of the top 5. And basically, our goal is to win an event. We want to go to an event. It's just like any other team. There's no difference in being on Curse Youth than being on Curse LV, other than the fact that they are going to COD champs and we are not because of age. So when an event comes up that's able for all ages, like Niagara or PAX or Anaheim or Gfinity, we're going to be able to go to that. They'll send us to it, and we'll represent them just like any other team. They just wanted. I mean, when I talked to Blevins or Blevdog, the guy who basically is a owner of Curse, he's like co-owner with somebody else, I believe, and he basically told us that he wanted all 4 of us to have a team that we felt secure with, instead of having the risk being dropped. Like, say, Methods was on phase before he joined Curse Youth. He got dropped because he wasn't old enough to go to COD champs, so they had to pick up somebody else. And unfortunately, That sucks because I didn't even have the chance to join a team because I'm 17 and I turn 18 in a couple months, but I couldn't join a team for COD champs because of the fact that I'm not old enough. And that's honestly sucks. Just like last year when I missed COD champs by a month. I was a month too young, but I was on a top 3 team.
There is an age limit for COD champs?
Yes. COD champs is 18 plus.
18 plus.
18 plus. Okay.
You had to be 18 by January.
It was 17 though last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's why you missed it barely, and they changed it on you again.
Yeah, it was 17. My team placed 3rd at MLG Dallas, and the only teams we couldn't beat were Unite and Puerto Rico. And Unite didn't even go to the venue because of age. And I was a month too young. If I'd have been born a month exactly younger, or a month earlier, I would have been at COD champs last year. I'd probably have a good amount of money in the bank right now.
So it looks like Ghost is Sector 13 is gonna start off with the first blitz cap here. Trying to gain some map control, but looks like Clash is doing a good job of keeping them off getting that second. Oh nope, never mind. They did get another score. I am having some trouble with this broadcaster mode.
Yeah, it's actually pretty difficult. I like Codcaster and Black Ops 2. I used it a couple times.
So much easier.
Heck yeah, bro.
It didn't change the players.
It'll be easier.
Yeah.
But basically, who I'm looking for to get a lot of caps on Hyrax's team is Hyrax, because he is a sub player and he's aggressive and he's got a lot of gun skill. If he can weave in and out of these players and just get near the flag, he's gonna get a cap. As long as he doesn't get BS, like happens a lot in this game, because this game is not the greatest game online, he will get the caps, and I'm expecting him to get a lot of them. I'm not just saying that because I think the game is awful.
Well, one thing I love about Blitz is I'm currently ranked on the Sony console. I'm ranked top 5,000 in the world, and I love OBJing it. And that's, I OBJ with an AR or an SMG, so it's pretty amazing.
It looks like here Sector 13 is just flooded to blitz point like they're supposed to here, and just not really worrying too much about map control, just more or less just getting up in there and scoring. And it looks like Clash is having a hard time trying to defend this flag point, and it looks like this could be a pretty bad blowout if Clash doesn't figure something out.
Yeah, what Clash needs to do is they need to have 2 ARs on the map and 2 subs. We literally just played Envy in this map in the league, and we ended up taking that series 3-1. And we ended up playing this map, actually, and we won it. We won by 2 caps in the last second, because I ended up getting a cap and making it impossible for them to cap it. But what happened was, we had Methods and Attach literally just rotating back every time they spawned. I think Attach overextended like once or twice just to help us get map control. But they ended up going back, and they were playing D basically the entire game, making sure Envy couldn't get in our base and doing all that. And we just let Chino and myself just overextend, run through mid-map, and throw smoke somehow, just get through the base and cap as many flags as we could. Like Chino ended up getting like 9 caps. It was crazy.
And do you feel that most teams that they try to start? Do you think the mistake is they try to start defending instead of getting over to the other flag point?
Yeah,
like
that happens a lot.
Because that looks like exactly what's happening in the Clash right now. It looks like they're worrying too much about trying to defend this point, and then it just seems like they have one guy sitting there getting mobbed by 3 dudes, and they're just rotating one guy at a time, and it's not really working. Now, would you think for Clash right now? I mean, would a good strat also be going through, just flooding towards your blitz point and flooding out that way and getting control of this side that the other team seems to be attacking from? Or
yeah, what they need to do is if they get this kill on Hyrax right here, they need to be aggressive. They need to be really aggressive. There's a kid in their spawn. They need to forget about that, and they just need to push forward. They need to push forward and make sure nobody can overextend on their base. Have someone set up mid-map. Look at this broken side. Make sure nobody can cross, and have the other guys flood diner and flood gas. You want to flood diner and flood gas and force them spawning either back left corner or front broken, because that's normally what we do, and it gives us a good amount of time to like get cover and get into their base and just flood caps. That's what me and Chino normally do. We just basically split different ways to just get into their base and just get as many caps as we can.
Just give them as much to think about as you possibly can. Too.
Yeah,
so
like
they're
just
trying to cover too much area.
Be spontaneous.
Yeah.
Like, don't just push one area consistently. If you just push overextend broken every single time you spawn, they're gonna catch on to it, and then they're just gonna kill you every time, and you're gonna go double neg. Like, this is just what's gonna happen. And at this time, you can see Clash is all overextending, and Hyrax in the spawn. No one's in their spawn, so he can get a cap here if he wants. But it looks like Clash is just gonna keep trying to overextend. I mean, they end up getting another cap, but it's still 9-2 now since Hyrax just got a cap. And I just don't think Clash is playing this blitz exactly right. And I feel like it's gonna end up going out to last match. Not search and destroy. It's the best of 5, right?
Yeah, it's the best of 5.
It's gonna go. Yeah,
that's
that's
3
gonna
now.
go to down.
So, yeah.
So honestly, they can come back from this because they are on the bad side, because that whole strip spawn. When you spawn on the strip, it's just like demoralizing. You just spawn, then you're like, are you serious? Like, why am I spawning here? Like, this is awful. And it's hard to stop them from getting a cap because there's so much cover by their flag that you really can't stop it.
So it looks like they're going to cruise here. Sector 13 cruises here in this first side, 9-3. Not too big of a lead. This is definitely something that they can come back from, Clash can, if they can get everything figured out here on this next round. So let's see. We got spawn swapped here. Let's see if they could have a little more success than what they did from the other spawn.
See, the problem I already see right now is Clash is mainly focusing on pushing strip side. And when you push strip side, they're going to spawn their flag. And when you spawn your flag, you're going to be like, okay, so the only way I spawn here is if they push my strip side. So they're going to be looking all over there, and they're going to be ready for them to push that.
Yeah, and really you want them spawning behind. If you're Clash, you want the other team to be spawning behind girls, correct?
Yes, you want them forcing girls. So what you want to do is you want to push diner as much as you can, and then have someone cut up mid-map and watch the spawn trap, like basically spawn trap them. And it looks like Clash has already got 2 caps, and I keep forgetting their name. Sector 13 has also got a cap. And it just looks like it's going to be chaos. Honestly, they're just trying to trick caps right now. All Sector 13 needs to do is overextend. If they get a cap, they get a cap again. They got to cap it right back. The only problem is if they do screw up the trade and they do end up getting spawn trapped by a kid just watching the overextend.
3 down right there, so.
It looks like Sector 13 is just going to keep rallying up caps, and it's going to be pretty much, it's going to be a hard comeback for Clash unless.
Looks like Hyrax is sitting back too in the spawn now for another sneak cap here.
He should definitely have.
And this should force him, with him being here, this should force them to be spawning over there behind Diner, correct?
Yes, it will give them a Diner or a broken spawn depending on where they're
spawn.
at. If they're pushed up Diner, then it's going to force them broken every single time.
All right, so we got Sector 13 up by 9 now with 3.5 minutes to go.
And it looks like Clash is starting to get the hang of it. What you want to do is you want to have everybody pushing Diner side, and where Hyrax just killed that kid, you want somebody watching that. You want somebody watching the overextended strip with an AR. Like, say, my team, we'd stick methods or attached there, and they would just sit the hang and just rip everybody that comes
just
through.
Rip everybody that comes
and then
through,
they'd let me, Chino, and the third person all overextend, get to freaking Diner, and get to their spawn, have an AR set up, and have them just picking the people trying to come back. And then have somebody like that middle of their tank area, and just killing them over and over as they keep trying to run for the flag.
Gotcha. It looks like Sector 13 is going to cruise on this one. I don't really see Clash coming back from this unless something amazing starts to happen here and Sector 13 just completely crumbles, which I don't see happen right now. It looks like I think they're doing pretty well in the slaying department, and they're definitely gaining map control, or keeping map control very well.
Yeah, they got Heroic playing defense, which is what they need to do. I used to Heroic's my neighbor for the people that don't know, and he's the one that kind of got me into competitive. So I kind of learned how to play from him, and then he ended up quitting for a while. And I think he like comes back and quits occasionally, just trying to find the right team. I'm pretty sure he went to Philly. They didn't place too bad, but I know he played really well there.
Yeah, he definitely did go to Philly. He actually rode with me up there.
I know he played really well there. That's what I heard, and he just needs a team to back it up with, and hopefully. He actually teams with my brother, and him and my brother don't argue because that's what they're known for doing. And if they stop arguing and just like settle their stuff and play, they could be a good team. They could play like they could be a contending top 16 team in my opinion. My brother's good. He just needs to learn how to take
like able to take losses. That's the thing. Be able to learn from it.
But be able to listen to people take losses and not get angry. He's just like me though. I used to be the same exact way. I still get mad at losses, but you have to get over it at that point. Get hyped and get ready for the next map.
Exactly.
And once he learns to do that, he's going to be such a great player. And I would love to help him, but the problem is he won't. He doesn't like listening. He's stubborn.
Well, that's typical for his age too.
Yeah,
he definitely has the talent. You know, it's just one of those things that I think this is true for anyone out there that's playing competitive. One of the big things that kids don't understand is that you got to be able to learn from your losses. And if you're just mad and that's it because you lost and you just thought you should have won, but you didn't really analyze to fix it and think about what's next, you're doomed. You're never going to get anywhere.
Honestly, the biggest thing in my opinion is that a lot of newer, younger players like to think they're like the best. They like to think that they're the best and no one's better than them. And when they get in the game, that's a good attitude to have, is that you're the best. But at the same time, you can't sit there and act like you're the best, and then when you lose or you like try to get advice from somebody, you ignore it because you think you're superior to them. And that's what a lot of people do. It's what I used to do. But then I realized that, yes, I do need to listen to my teammates. If my teammates tell me to do something, I have to trust them. You have to trust your team.
Rex with a nasty double kill there with that MTAR with the silencer. And he has rocked this MTAR with the silencer the entire match so far.
I'm not gonna lie, the favorite play so far is actually seeing your brother get the double knife kill. That was probably the highlight of the match right there for me.
He's like one of those spontaneous like playmakers. He does crazy stuff in the moment, and then that's exactly like me. Like I've done so many crazy moments that people remember from like the Black Ops 2 season. I can't really say I've done too much in Ghost because I've only been to one event, and we didn't really play on stream. I don't think we got on main stage. We didn't even get on main stage once. We still ended up placing top 8. So I don't know. I'm waiting for the next event to try to show off a little bit.
All right. Well, Sector 13 cruises pretty easily there, 23-10 there in the blitz. So we got, I believe it's Great Dom next. So we're going to see here if Clash can get themselves back in it, or if Sector 13 will be moving on after this next map. So what would you be saying to your teammates right now, realize if you were Clash in this situation where you're down 2-1 and you're basically facing elimination if you don't win this next map?
They need to forget about that map. That map never happened. We never played it. Period. Domination, I'd be like, we almost won the last domination. This is our game type. This is our map. You guys know we're better than them. You just talk your teammates up. That's what you want to do. Talk them up all you can. You don't want to ever talk them down. You don't want to rely, like, you don't want to worry about the last map. They just got destroyed. And that happens to teams. Like, you just don't want to focus on it. If you focus on that, you're screwed. You're not going to perform in the next snap. You guys are going to be, you're just done for. This is actually unfortunate, but I actually have to go, like, play a little scrim before we play our complexity, because we play complexity in 10 minutes. So I'm unfortunately going to have to leave. And
no worries, man. We appreciate you coming on, and go get her done.
I thank you for letting me come on. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Realize it was nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you guys, too.
All right, good luck, Realize.
You brother.
Alrighty, so it's me and you here, Trellis.
Yep.
Lone Ranger in it.
Hey, you got me, but I'm about 20 seconds behind.
That's all right. You keep the color commentary going. You know, a great commentary named Gandhi once told me it's all about color, fill, color, color.
Well, I'll tell you what, this will give us a little time to talk about, you know, things outside of just the game itself. You know, the long ranging is really hard. I know, I've done it myself, and it can be very, very frustrating, I promise.